motion for it. So when I call for a motion, I hit the motion for it, and whoever presses the green first and second.
That's how we'll get the motion. Kind of like, what's that game where you
Game show, yeah.
family feud or whatever. It's gonna be jumping out of the seat after a while.
That will start beeping like crazy. I'm joking.
Oh, I'm going home. My head hurt too bad for all that.
Also, one does not wish to speak. Does not wish to speak. But just so y'all know.
He's the X first, right?
Correct.
What's up, bro?
Look, I forgot your stuff.
All right. You understand?
I don't like to teach you that right
You're not the timekeeper.
You are, but you gotta use your own clock.
So this is related to.
Ready? All right, we're calling the zoning board meeting to order. Monday, April 20th, 2026 at 5:30. Everybody please stand for invocation and pledge of allegiance.
now. Bow your heads. Lord, we just ask you to watch over our meeting today, Lord. Keep us in the right business set of mind, to us look over the business of the city. Lord, we ask you to watch over our city as we grow and as we come into the election season, Lord. Just keep everybody focused toward the future and the success of our city, no matter the outcome. We ask these things in your name. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Mr. Doherty?
Here.
Miss Allison?
Here.
Mr. LeBlanc?
Here.
Mr. Brazil?
Here.
And Miss Carol is absent.
All right, I need a motion for the approval of the minutes of previous meeting. All right.
Give me time.
Sure.
Who seconded?
Well,
I did.
You did.
yeah, it was Troy in here.
You erased it?
I did.
I got it, Marlene.
I was moving along, man.
That's one strike.
Yeah. All right, so now I need a vote.
We got a new voting system today, so we gotta
Yeah,
get.
bear with us, please. We're learning. All right, so now I need a motion for approval of the agenda. Well, hang on. Now, vote. All right, we have a motion. Please vote. All right. We good?
I'm left-handed. I need this on the other side.
4 or 5.
All right, first item up is resolution granting a variance to Clark Benton, 1130 Loretto Avenue, to allow for accessory structure to be taller than the primary structure. Can I get a motion? All right, we have the motion. Is the applicant here? Okay, can you come to the mic, sir, and state your name and address?
Hi, good afternoon, Clark Benton,
What's your address?
1130 Loretto Avenue.
So what are you wanting to do?
I'm wanting to put like a man cave building in the backyard.
A man cave.
Yeah, like a theater.
Is that accurate location?
Yes, yeah. This tree is now removed though. No longer there.
Now, how far along are you on this project? Are you just getting started?
Yes,
Okay.
You haven't proceeded to get any permit or anything like that yet?
no permits or anything like that. I've just got drawings made.
Okay.
I mean, could you build it shorter?
Not really. It's
Why is the requirement to be so high?
well, the primary reason is, or thing that's wrong is this house is 2-on-4 slope, so it's very shallow, and it's not very tall. And then I need an interior height for projector and all that sort of stuff to make it the theater it is.
So, a little background information. Right now, the primary structure is sitting at about 11 foot 4 inches.
Correct.
Where the proposed building would be 13.5, yes. That's a building with 9 foot walls and a 6-on-12 roof, which it comes out to be that 13.5. So he would be asking for a 2 foot 1 inch variance above what would, yeah.
I didn't see the size of the building anywhere. Did you see
Yeah, it's
that?
just the height.
It's,
What size is the building to be?
is it 18 by 28 is the primary building, and then a little porch on the end of it.
Which is 12.3 by 16.10.
So you'll be able to require all the setbacks, correct?
Yes,
And including the main structure?
correct.
Okay. As long as he fits all the main structure and sets back and doesn't need any variances for that, I don't have a problem with it. It's only 2 foot higher, and that's a low-lying roof line. So I don't have a problem with it.
Does any other board members have a question for the applicant? Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Does there anybody else from the audience wish to speak on this item? All right, hearing none, please vote. Well, hang on.
Oh.
Let me push the vote button.
You gotta vote. John, you have to vote.
You have to vote to.
I didn't vote. I thought I did. Got it early?
Got it.
All right, motion passed. All right. All right, now we're for open public comment. Does anybody wish to speak? All right, hearing none, we'll move on to the land use meeting. Roll call, Ms. Harvey.
Mr. Doherty?
Here.
Miss Allison?
Here.
Mr. O'Connell?
Here.
Mr. Brazil?
Here.
And Miss Carol's absent.
All right, now I need a motion for the approval for the minutes of the previous meeting. All right, we have the motion. Please vote. All right, motion passed. All right, clear. Motion for approval of agenda. All right. Please vote. All right, first item up is resolution granting an exception to Flamingo Investments LLC, 1100 Lori Lane, to allow for living in a business district for mobile homes. Is the applicant present? Can you please come to the mic and state your name and address, please?
Tim Bond, 3207 Cyprian Lane, Lake Charles.
Okay. And exactly what do you, what do you want to do?
I had a mobile home park there before Hurricane Laura and replaced it with a mobile home park.
Okay. Is there any questions from the board?
I got a question for, I guess, I want to make sure I've looked at it right. Are there 3 trailer parks in that area?
Yeah, there's 3 I'm surrounded by trailer parks.
Yes, so you got one on one side and one on the back side.
And one
correct?
the other side too. Some.
Yours is the only one on Lori Lane, which is,
The frontage.
docked there, right?
Yeah, the only one with the frontage on Lord.
What's the other one? Post Oak Austin?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the one to the, that you see to the south, it actually came before the board about 2 years ago. And I believe, for the same exception, I believe you guys passed it, but it failed at council.
Okay. But there's still trailers in that overall,
There
correct?
there are a few.
Okay. And what's the first one north of his? What is that? Post Oak or not? There's one north and one south. Because when I drove through there.
The one north, I own the one north too, those 4
Oh,
and
that
4.
north is yours? Those
Yes.
4 that are there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, these right here, I got 4 here and 4 here.
Okay, that's what I wanted to understand. Okay, thank you.
What kind
I'm
of
still paying
stipulations?
property taxes on it too for a mobile home park. And they won't take it off.
Okay. What kind of stipulations you looking at putting on?
I've got to follow the ordinance for the city of Sulphur.
Okay, but do you have any certain stipulations you gonna add to that?
No, I'm gonna
No.
do what they want me to do.
Is your plan to go back exactly how you had it, or?
No, it can't go back that way.
Okay.
Okay, that's kind of what I want to understand too.
It was like added on to many times before I had it, you know.
Okay, I want to understand is that, I understand that all the property was destroyed.
Mhm.
50% of the users, the buildings, not the property. State that correctly. So what is he allowed to go back and put there at this moment without, the lot sizes being the biggest thing?
Well, what he would be allowed to put back there right now is anything that is permitted business district.
Correct. Without the exception of
That's
living in a
Right, right,
business. But we've discussed that trailer parks are really in a business, but this isn't a business structure like on Elizabeth Street. We allowed a trailer to be in a business area. So it's 2 different apples and oranges, really. Okay, I just want to understand. So at this point, because of the storm and because he didn't go back within the year's allowance, he has to have an exception to put anything. I get that. So if we allow him to put anything, what is it, 48,900? What's the square footage on the lots? I want to understand what he would be allowed to put back if we decide to go forward with allowing something.
Bear with me.
Because I know it's not the square footage he has now.
Yeah, no. You're talking about density wise? Like,
Correct.
So
So
based,
basically, if he had 20 mobile homes in there at the beginning, what does he allow? 8, 9, 10 today, according to the square footage? Do we know that at this point?
so based on the linear footage of frontage road, he would be allowed 11.
11. Okay, that's what I wanted to know. Thank you.
Any other questions from the board? All right, hearing none. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
All right, I do have a few people to speak. I guess Cindy Walker up first.
Oh, I didn't know what Mark to speak. I was
Oh.
in opposition.
Nope, I chose the wrong pile. Thank you very much.
Everybody that's going to speak, we do typically do 3 minutes for public comment per speaker. You can cede your time to somebody else, and I can, if you cede it to one person, I can give that person 6 minutes. I do have a clock, and it will be a little bit of a hard stop once we get the time. So.
All right, sorry about that. Janet Dagles. Please state your name and address.
I'm Janet Daigle, and I'm a resident, Gilmore Acres, 2039 Louise Street. And first, I would like to state that I'm not against any development that promotes our city in a positive light, helps it grow. I've been a resident here for 40 plus years in Gilmore Acres. But it's my humble opinion that by granting this exception to this section of property, it will not promote our city positively. I base that opinion on the current trailers in that area and ones that previously existed. I travel Post Oak from Maplewood Drive to Highway 90 frequently, especially with all the construction on Maplewood Drive right now. But I have need to go that way a lot. I've seen furniture that was discarded by those mobile homes that our city must remove. It's taxpayer dollars go to remove that city. That's just when they vacate the trailer or when they decide they're done with it, they throw it out there. We have a parish-wide free city disposal that if the renter can't do that, then the landowner should make arrangements to do that at his cost, not our taxpayer dollars. And it should be in a timely manner. A mattress shouldn't sit there, a desk, a bed, other things that have been there. I sat in the city council meeting 3 or 4 years ago, and I think it's 4, but when the same issue was denied, and I must ask, what has the property owner done to improve the land in question and the current park that he owns now that will promote our city? There's no uniformity in the existing park, and there was none in the previous park that was proposed. If the city decides to grant this exception, what guarantees will the landowner give us as a city that we won't have a repeat of what was? What level of accountability will he have? My daughter lives in South Lake Charles in a trailer park. Every road is paved. Every trailer has skirting on it. Every trailer has landscaping. And when a renter moves in, he or she is required to dispose of trash or risk losing their deposit that they have made. And before a person is allowed to move a trailer in or rent one that the landowner owns, they have to go through a background check. She was so excited when she was approved, but she had to wait. Will processes like this be in place? And who will be responsible for making sure that these processes are upheld? More tax dollars? Probably. But if it's for the betterment of our city, then it's okay. I understand the owner does not live in Sulphur, and I have no opposition at all to him investing in the development of our city. But will he adequately monitor the park? Will he ensure a neat, clean, crime-free area? Am I time?
Complete your thought.
That's 3 minutes.
It goes by fast.
Man, I'll take Cindy's minutes. Because it's just all based on what was before. And previously, in the area of the crime-free, in that time, between 20, I'm trying to think, it was the 5-6 years prior to him being denied, there were over 585 calls to that area. I remember looking up that information and finding it. We just can't have that back. And my neighborhood backs up against it. Protect my property value. And my question is, why are we considering an exception that may not promote our city? And at some point, we've got to quit granting exceptions that don't help our city grow positively. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
And we do have those police reports.
And, all right, so Robert Bowden? Or Robert? Sorry. Yeah, there you
Remember me?
go. I do remember.
Jeez.
How quickly you forget.
I kept saying.
My name is Robin Baudouin. I live at 2046 Louise in Gilmore Acres. My home backs up to, my back fence line is on Post Oak. I pretty much agree with my neighbor, Janet. A lot of neighbors honestly just don't have time to come to these meetings. They have other things going on in their lives, so we show up. The majority, I can tell you the majority of residents that I've spoken to, and that's probably about 10 or 15 people, are vehemently against this exception. We don't want to go back to the way it was. There was so much crime in our neighborhood. We don't have that anymore. The trailer park's gone. We don't have that anymore. And we're enjoying that. We don't want that back. We just don't want that back. We were made promises that there were going to be background checks and there was going to be skirting and the landscaping and everything would be kept up and the trash would be picked up, and it wasn't. It just wasn't. Promises were made, they weren't kept. Assurances were made, they weren't kept. Quite honestly, we are once bitten, twice shy, and I'm very much against this exception, and I would hate to see that come back in. Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan. All right, I do have two that wish.
You want to see that someone else.
Thank you.
I have two, just for the record, I have two that do not wish to speak but are in opposition. Anything else from the board?
Austin, in our comprehensive plan, are we addressing any of these issues to come up with a higher standard for people that want to develop those parks?
Yeah, so the idea that we're presenting is not having a specific district for this type of development, but having an overlay, so a mobile home overlay district. So you'd have an underlying district, but then you can have an overlay where those standards can be negotiated in a sense to where all the mobile homes markets that we have, even if there's own mobile home district right now, are non-compliant. They don't comply with our ordinances, right? The only one that could potentially do it is Cumberland Estates, just north of the tracks over there, because they have the space to. Everybody else doesn't have the space to be able to accommodate that plan. So it doesn't make sense to have an ordinance to where existing developments can't comply with it. So the idea with the overlay is to allow some wiggle room in there, but also protect us, as Ms. Janet was saying, to protect the interests of everybody else.
So we have nothing really in place or even planning to protect 11 mobile homes in there with tight standards even at this time, is what I'm asking.
Currently, no.
Yeah, till we get our overlay districts. Okay, thank you.
Anybody else? All right, I'm going to call the vote.
I need a motion and a second.
Do we have that?
No,
Yeah, we did when I first came up, right?
I don't think we do.
Otherwise, I wouldn't have been talking.
I thought you did too.
I think I did, but do it again.
Yeah, I think I did.
Yeah.
Still say no.
All right, now vote.
You got to push the vote button.
Are you having fun yet?
Okay.
You got to push hard, apparently.
Yeah. Watch for it to come up on the screen.
All right, now we're at public comment. Does anybody wish to speak? Oh, yeah, motion failed. Oh, yeah.
Public hearing.
Thank you, Ms. Early. So the public hearing for that item will be on Monday, June 15th instead of next month. So just so y'all know, at the city council meeting. Anything else I need to add? Other than, now we're at public comment. Does anybody wish to speak? All right, hearing none, meeting is adjourned.
I